In this video, I'm going to discuss this watch. It's the classic original SeaQ Panorama Date. I've been wearing it for several days and I adore it. It's wonderful. Let me tell you why. Approximately 40 minutes south of Dresden is the watchmaking town of Glashutte. It's the home of Glashutte Original, as well as several other watch firms, including two of my favourites, Lange Sohne and NOMOS. But now, let's focus on this watch, starting with the dial. SeaQ Panorama Date is offered with a choice of dials. This particular example is the reed green option, and it has a varnished finish. And usually the dial is made in-house at the firm's dial facility in Pforzheim. This is very unusual as most watch brands outsource the dials to third-party specialists. The resultant dial is, well, it's gorgeous. If you look, the hour and minute hands, the line of white Super-LumiNova, and they emit a blue hue in dim light. If you look at the minute hand specifically, you'll see that it has a prominent triangular tip, which aids readability. The seconds hand features a lollipop, aiding readability, and features a counterweight presented in the shape of the brand's logo. The hour markers employ a combination of Arabic numerals and buttons, again coated with Super-LumiNova. But the highlight of the dial is the Panorama Date, positioned at 4 o'clock. Unlike a conventional date display that features one disc positioned to the edge of the dial, a Panorama Date employs two discs, one for tens and one for units. It's a far more complex and costly approach, as the discs need to collaborate in order to display the prevailing date. However, the result is a wide, highly legible date indication. Usually with this large date display, there are no windows framing the tens and units, and both discs are presented at the same height. It's only when you look close that you notice a small curving line and you realise there are actually two discs. The sapphire crystal has curved edges, and when the dial is viewed from the side, it creates a slightly distorted view of the dial, which I actually find quite interesting, to be honest with you. However, look at the dial face on, and it's eminently legible. In terms of the case, it's made of stainless steel. It measures 43.20 millimeters in diameter, and when it's on the wrist, well, it just feels wonderful. It has a case thickness of 15.65 millimeters, and it looks robust. It looks like a robust diver's watch, especially with these crown protectors here. Indeed, this model is water resistant to 30 bar. It features a unidirectional bezel, and it has a ceramic inlay here. A ceramic inlay, it won't fade, and it's crash resistant. According to the brand, it meets all the requirements that DIN A306 and ISO 6425 place on professional divers watches. It has a screwed crown nesting between the shoulders of the crown protector. When the crown is unscrewed, a small red circlet comes into view. You may notice this when you're hacking the seconds. The hacking seconds function allows you to hold the balance so that you can actually synchronize the watch with a reference clock. Push the crown back in and the balance bursts back into life. The case is mainly satin brushed, but it has these lovely, sumptuous, gleaming, beveled edges. The model's available on a stainless steel bracelet, a fabric strap, or as in this case, rubber strap. I actually love the rubber strap. It's available with a folding clasp, or you can have a pin buckle. I'd probably go for the pin buckle. It's a little bit cheaper, and for me, it would be fine. Unlike traditional divers watches, which typically feature a solid case back, this model is equipped with a sapphire case back, affording views of the movement within. And well, what a gorgeous movement it is. The caliber 3613 is an automatic movement. It features a skeletonized rotor, and it's got a 21 karat gold mass positioned at the outer edge. The movement features a 3/4 play. It's a feature found on many watches made in Glashutte. By using a 3/4 play instead of a series of small bridges, there's less potential for flex, providing a more stable form of construction. Whereas most watches have an index adjuster to alter the rate, this model has a free-sprung balance, with 4 weights positioned on the rim of the balance wheel. This form of regulation is technically superior, delivering better accuracy, while shocks are less light to compromise the regulation of the watch. The watch has a traditional swan neck for making small adjustments to counter any beat error. The balance features a silicone hairspring, again aiding precision. The brand also states the watch is subjected to an intensive 24-day test that goes beyond the strict requirements of the German chronometer standard. Finishing includes Glashutte ribbon, beveled edges, numerous polished parts. In fact, even the screws are polished to a mirror-like gleam. The mirror also has a 100-hour power reserve. Impressed? Well, you should be. This model is gorgeous to look at, it's very practical, it's beautifully made, and it's highly precise. If I had the budget, would I have one? You betcha. It's brilliant. Till next time, watch geeks, keep collecting,